Hello, chat. How are we doing today? Today's gonna be a very, very chill day. We're not even doing anything like super intensive. Just gonna be a pair of tier lists because I want to rant about all the new Mega Evolutions. Hello, Viscera. Pokémon, that's so true. Alrighty, let's switch over to this screen. Please let me know if the music volume ever gets too loud, just so I can like do some of the audio balancing on the fly. Alright. So we're gonna start with the Wild Zones, because this is the easiest one, and I've already had a lot of time to think about this, versus some of the Mega Evolutions, which I didn't see until yesterday, so. I have some very strong opinions about certain Wild Zones in ZA. They're a very wide range of quality. There are some that are phenomenal and have like a lot of really, really cool Pokemon. And then there are some like, well, you'll see. You'll see. There are two that I absolutely despise. Also, one more thing before we like truly get started. There is a ton of new commands on the Stream Element spot. If you do, I believe, exclamation commands or exclamation help. Exclamation commands, you have a list of all of the commands that you can use, which includes links to all my socials, and as well, I believe there's also some gambling for points. But again, that requires me to make a couple more channel point rewards. Alrighty, chat. It is time we truly begin. There's a pinned message that should be the link for my brand new Discord that I opened up today. And there is a special role for all the new members. Everyone who joins before, what did I say? Before April 1st of next year will get the special Founders Badge. Which is just a little thing to distinguish you apart from the rest of the people who join. Because I know that there's not going to be too many people who join the server before then. So, it's going to be nice to have like 10 or so people who have that badge and who are regulars for the stream. But yeah, let's go. So, Pokemon Legends ZA has 20 Wild Zones, each with their own diverse set of Pokemon. I am going partially off of the Pokemon species, but also primarily off like the layout of the zone and how easy it is to traverse. Which is why there's a couple that are super low. First off is Zone 1. Alright, hold on. Let me try to... Can I fix this? If I... Okay. joined the server like a few minutes ago, I believe I already gave you the founder's role, so you should be good. But anyone else who joins during the server, I will give them the founder's badge after the server, or after the stream. Okay. So, I just have to fix this a little bit really quick. Transform, fit to screen. Okay. There's a little bit of like funky stuff happening, but this will have to do for now. Alrighty. So, Wild Zone 1. This is the first one that you're like locked into at the start of the game. And overall, it's solid. It has some pretty cool Pokemon. Like it has Flushling, it has Bunnelby, it has Scatterbug, it has Weedle, it has Mareep, it has Pidgey, and it has Pichu. A lot of those have Megas. A lot of those are pretty cool Pokemon. I really wish that Scatterbug was better because it just evolves into the one pattern of Vivian, and there's only like 3 obtainable ones in the game. It's like Meadow pattern, there's like Marine pattern for one specific side quest, and in the DLC it's like some other pattern. Let me open up my game so I actually have visual references for all this stuff, so I don't have to fly by the seat of my pants. Okay. I probably should have had the game open to my Pokedex into my map before the stream started, but you live and you learn. Okay. So, yeah. So overall, Wild Zone 1 is pretty decent. I'm gonna say it's in D tier, just because that's like the. Okay, let me actually explain my rankings. Also, sorry if I'm a bit sniffly. I haven't been speaking much recently, so kind of warming my voice back up. So we have Meadow, Marine, and Garden pattern Vivian in the DLC. So S tier is like the ones that are like over the top, like phenomenal. But you can never go wrong with those zones. A tier are solid ones, but I don't think they're on the same level. B tier is just like a little below that. C tier is like indifferent. D tier is indifferent, but could be a little bit better, and F tier is like awful. Wild Zone 2. Wild Zone 2 is a really fun one. I really like Wild Zone 2. It's very simple, but the layout lends itself well to shiny hunting, and I like how every single Pokemon in the zone, excluding Patrat and Budu, have Mega Evolutions. So you have a Kakuna, you have a Binacle, you have a Staryu, and you have a Magikarp. Like some pretty cool Megas. I say that even though Staryu evolves into Starmie and Mega Starmie is interesting to say the least. At least over here in the West. I'm gonna say it's A tier. Wild Zone 3. Wild Zone 3 is the infamous Wild Zone. The one with the stairs that makes shiny hunting impossibly easy. I would say that it's fine. It just that like I spent a bit too much time there shiny hunting early days of this game. So I'm like very burnt out on it. But you have some pretty cool Pokemon. You have Skiddo, you have Pancham, you have Litleo, you have Esper, you have Flabebe, and you have Pikachu. Some pretty cool Megas in here. I would say especially the Raichus and Meowstic. But overall, it's a pretty solid set of Pokemon. I just feel a bit burnt out on it. So I'm going to say I'm going to put it in C tier. Wild Zone 4. Wild Zone 4 is the Graveyard. It's pretty solid. I wouldn't say it's like phenomenal. It's like, okay, so it has Patra, it has Ghastly, it has Honedge, it has Spupa, it has Ekans, and it has Spinarak. Some really cool Pokemon, but only like one Mega Evolution, and that's Gengar. I do really like Honedge, and I really like Ariados. So those two bring it up a bit, but overall, it's like the only selling point is Honedge, but there's an easier spot to hunt Honedge in Lysander Labs. So I'm going to say 4 goes in B tier. Wild Zone 5. Wild Zone 5 is probably one of the biggest Wild Zones. You love Wild Zone 4, Ghost type bias. That is true. Like, I think it's like one of like the few that have a lot of Ghost types. Then again, we have Wild Zone 15 and Wild Zone 13, which I think are better and have more Ghost types. Sorry, I got totally distracted. I heard Death by Glamour in my music. I'm like, what a minute, wait a minute. But that's what Glitch does. Glitch puts references in her music. I was like, Paldea? What is this? Is the underground under Paldea? Oh my god, it's Area Zero. That's the underground. But yeah, back to Wild Zone 5. It has Pidgeotto, it has Venipede, it has Electrike, it has Bellsprout, it has Abra, it has Pidgey, and it has Bunnelby. Pretty solid. I was able to overload the spawns that have Bunnelby, Bellsprout, and Venipede to make shiny hunting for those a bit fun, but overall I would say it's solid. I would say it's C tier. I just don't like the zones that have like separated halves that make it difficult to go through. However, the warp point to the sewers is really good. I'm gonna say it's C tier, but above Wild Zone 3. I opened up my wrong note. Okay. Wild Zone 6. This is the one with the Houndoom that was in all the promotional material. So this one has Binacle, Meditite, Baneri, Magikarp, Houndoom, Swablu, and Flappy. I think this is the first Wild Zone, like one of the first and only Wild Zones, where every single Pokemon in it has a Mega. Because Wild Zone 1, there's no Mega for Talonflame. Wild Zone 2, there's no Mega for Roserade. Wild Zone 3, there's no Mega for Florges. There's no Mega for Aegislash. There's no Mega for Diggersby. But everything in Wild Zone 6 has a Mega, which is a really big plus. And honestly, it's a lot of really cool Megas. Like, I've been having a lot of, like, really positive thoughts about, Mega Altaria recently, so that's a big plus. So I'm gonna say 6 is B tier. I would say that. Yeah, I'll put it above Zone 2. As much as I like Zone 2, Zone 6 having just all Megas is fine. Wild Zone 7. I'm not a huge fan of Wild Zone 7. Wild Zone 7 is like the most forgettable Wild Zone. There's like so little that goes on there. And it also took me so long to find a shiny during my on my shiny only run, because the rules for what I had for that is I have to find a shiny in every single Wild Zone and a shiny at every single rank. Wild Zone 7 took me forever to find a shiny. Let me actually take a look. I have the list right here. To find a Pokemon in Wild Zone 7, it took me like almost 9 hours of hunting. Between getting a Bellsprout 57 hours in to a Hippopotas 66 hours in. So again, it was just luck, but I was sitting in like my least favorite Wild Zone for well, not my least favorite, just one of the most boring Wild Zones for so long. It just like, yeah, I got super bored. I'm gonna say D tier, but below Wild Zone 1. Because like I don't dislike it, it's just that it's so forgettable. Okay. Wild Zone 8. This is the one that has all the ground types. This one has Krokorok, Sandile, Gibble, Drillbur, Machop, Numel, and it's also the Alpha Camerupt. I'm probably not going to go through like every single like wild static alpha, but if I remember them, I will probably say something about it. Wild Zone 8's okay. Wild Zone 8 is probably like the first like hectic Wild Zone you ever get into, where like everything just wants to kill you, and it's such a small zone. It's like, okay, you don't really have anywhere to like go. Versus a later Wild Zone we'll get to, where you do have like a way to escape. Gibble really puts this up because Mega Garchomp has a phenomenal shiny, and this is like the only place you can find Gibble, at least outside of the DLC. So that definitely puts Gibble up a bit. I'm gonna say it's B tier, below Wild Zone 4. Yes, okay. I do also really like Mega Excadrill, but much less so than Mega Garchomp. Wild Zone 9. Wild Zone 9 was probably my favorite early on, mainly because it just has Mawile, and that's like one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. It's my 5th favorite Pokemon. So we have Carbink, Esper, Fletchinder, which is my favorite of that line, Kadabra, which is my favorite of that line, Sableye, and Mawile. So it has some really cool Pokemon, and 4 Pokemon with really cool Megas. And then there's just Carbink. I feel like the only thing that's really holding Wild Zone 9 back is the platforming. It's kind of a crowded zone because of all the scaffolding. However, I've been in there so much that I've found like a really good way to route like a shiny check run that even checks 2 Sableyes and a Kadabra twice, while getting every other spawn in the game. I think it also checks a Mawile twice. But I'm going to say it's A tier. But do I put it below... Do I put it below... I'll put it below Wild Zone 2. But Wild Zone 6. Do I like Wild Zone 6 as much as Wild Zone? No, I don't think I do. So I'll probably move that one down to probably the top of B tier. I would say that's where Wild Zone 6 goes. Okay, Wild Zone 10. Wild Zone 10 is weird. It's another one that's like strange in its layout. Because you have like the main area, and then you have the second area. It's like the line with like the 3 separate rooms on the bottom. Then you have the stairs to go up the ladder, and then you have the roofs on top. It's strange, and it also just kind of makes shiny hunting, at least doing run-throughs, kind of strange. Wild Zone 10 has Slowpoke, Arbok, Watchog, Bellsprout, Carvanha, Staryu, and Tynamo. Some of the perks are Slowpoke has a brand new shiny, or at least it looks different in this game. It looks much cleaner, much better. One of my favorite new Megas, Mega Electros. You can get Tynamo here. However, there's only 2 Tynamo spawns, and it's really, really hard to find them unless you're like bench resetting. So I would say, while yes, there is Tynamo, it's probably like not something you will find too often. I'm gonna say that goes in B tier. Let's say B tier, below 6 and 4, but above 8. Yeah, okay. I definitely don't like it as much as Wild Zone 4. Okay. Halfway through, I just want to like check to make sure that I'm like not like placing things wrong. So Wild Zone 2. Yeah, Wild Zone 2 and Wild Zone 9. Those look about right. 6, 4, 10, 8. That seems about right for that. And then Wild Zone 5 in C tier. Yeah, Wild Zone 3 in C tier. Wild Zone 1 and 7 in D tier. Sure, okay. I just like don't want to like place things wrong, considering that like all the icons are like super similar. Wild Zone 11. I don't like Wild Zone 11. Remember what I said with Wild Zone 5 where it has like 2 disconnected halves? Well, Wild Zone 11, they're entirely disconnected and there's no way to go between them, to my knowledge. Like, unlike in some Wild Zones, there's not like a path in the water to cross between the 2 halves. So it is just 2 completely disconnected sections, and I do not like that. So, yeah, Wild Zone 11 is definitely F tier. Like, I don't care that it has a really good set of Pokemon. Like, it has Gyarados, it has Clauncher, it has Furfrou, it has Inkay, it has Slowpoke, and it has, Stunfisk, Like, Furfrou and Stunfisk are but the rest are really cool. But it's just that, like, the layout is what does it for me. I do not like Wild Zone 11. Wild Zone 12. I would say Wild Zone 12 is probably the first S tier so far. Wild Zone 12 has all the ice types. And I feel like it's just like a really good space. It's phenomenal for shiny hunting. It has a really good set of Pokemon. It has Delibird, it has Machop, it has Snover, it has Bergmite, it has Vanillish, it has Go-Go, it has Snorunt, and it has Machoke. So, and like there's a lot of like really good Megas. Well, a lot. There's 3, but one of them is probably one of my favorite new Megas. Frostlass. But there's just like so much that you can do in this Wild Zone. I would say it's probably one of my favorites. Granted, I did spend a lot of time in Wild Zone 12. Like, I was trying to find a shiny Snorunt to get a shiny Frostlass. From the first shiny in that Wild Zone, to the last shiny in that wild zone, it took me over... It took me like almost 20 hours. I spent like 20 hours of hunting in that wild zone, which is like a quarter of the time I've spent on that save. And also it took me almost 10 hours to find the first shiny in that wild zone, which is quite a lot. But like, I didn't hate it, because it's like probably one of the cooler wild zones. The pun was not intended. Okay, wild zone 13. Wild zone 13. Oh, this is the one with all the bugs. Yeah, okay, I like wild zone 13. Wild zone 13, I would say, is probably one of the better ones, because there's a lot of cool megas, as well as a lot of really cool shinies. This one has Phantom, Vivian, Heracross, Pinsir, Weepinbell, and Scyther. So yeah, you have Phantom, Trevenant, which is probably one of my favorite shinies of all time. We have Vivian, which is cool. It would be better if it wasn't just Meadow Pattern. Heracross and Pinsir, which have really cool megas, especially Pinsir. Heracross with a really cool shiny. Weepinbell, which has Victorbell, which is a really cool mega. And then Scyther has Scizor and Cleavor. Unfortunately, there's no Mega Cleavor, but Mega Scizor is really cool as well, and much better than a different Bug Steel type mega, which we'll get to later. Yeah, I would say Wild Zone 13 is probably a solid A tier. I don't think I would put it above Wild Zone 9. However, it's still really good. It's like a close second to Wild Zone 9. Wild Zone 14, this is the other one that I dislike. I'm not even sure why. Wild Zone 14 is just my least favorite Wild Zone. It's just, I don't have much fun there. Wild Zone 14 has Helioptile, Drillbur, Onix, Aeron, Leyron, Excadrill, and Emolga. It's like, I don't have any, like, want to hunt there. It's like, if I want to find all these Pokemon, it's like, Drillbur, I can just go to Wild Zone 8. Onix. Like, Onix, I could just go to Wild Zone... I can't really go anywhere else. I think Onix only shows up in Wild Zone 14. However, in the DLC, you have Hyperspace Lumiose, and I got a shiny Alpha Onix. So I'm done with Onix. Aeron, I probably just want to get like an Aggron. I can go to Wild Zone 20. In Emolga, I already have a shiny one that I just got randomly while playing. So like, I don't really care. It doesn't, it's not, like, I just don't understand why. I just have a vendetta against Wild Zone 14 for some reason. That's all I know. Wild Zone 15. Wild Zone 15 is very similar to Wild Zone 13. Like, both of them being, like, on the edges of Lumiose. And with, like, a lot of bugs and ghosts in this one. I would say it's just a worse version of Wild Zone 13. I would say 15's at the top of B tier. That's what I'll do. 15 will be the top of B tier, and then... Okay. But yeah, 15 has Pumpkaboo, it has Shuppet, it has Scolipede, it has Haunter, it has Whirlipede, it has Beedrill, it has Larvitar. Larvitar's a good find, but also it took me so long to find shiny Larvitar that I'm like, eh. And then it also has the Alpha Gourgeist. Like, yeah, it's cool. I just don't like it as much as Wild Zone 13. Wild Zone 13 has the Alpha Trevenant, and you can't really beat that. Well, except for there's like 7 Wild Zones that I think are better than it, so... Wild Zone 16. Oh, okay, here we are. We are at the starters. The Kalos starters. Some of my favorite shinies. Wild Zone 16 has Phalanx, it has Flaffy, it has the Alpha Ampharos, it has Starmie, it has Barbaracle, it has Medicham, it has Florges, and it has Froakie. Again, everything has a Mega except for Florges. Well, kind of. Greninja has a Mega, since you have to play online for it. However, it's still a really, really phenomenal shiny. The black and red, and with the Mega, it looks deep. Also, fun story, I have found 3 shiny Froakie without even, like, really trying. One of them was an Alpha. I'm like, oh, okay. I got the whole line, I guess. I don't think I've even evolved that Alpha Froakie yet. I don't think I've evolved any of my Froakies. I don't know. So yeah, Wild Zone 16. I'm going to say Wild Zone 16 is probably another S tier shiny. Or another S tier zone. I think it's better than Zone 12 as well. So I'm going to say it's just currently the best zone. Wild Zone 17. Wild Zone 17 is a lot of people's least favorite. And I'm like, yeah, like, there's like 6 Pyroar that try to kill you every time you go anywhere. But I'm like, I've never had too much difficulty with them. I just like, I always have to go at night and just try to not deal with them. Because like, I don't really care about Klefki. If I want to get Klefki, I can go into the sewers. And I prefer Lampent anyways. But then there's also Skarmory, there's the Pyros, then there's Diggersby and Chespin. And Chespin is nowhere near the Pyros, so if you want to just get a Chespin, just go for the Chespin. Or go into the DLC, but that's another $30, which a lot of people don't want to do. I'm going to say Wild Zone 17, B tier probably. Yeah, okay. I'll do 17 in B tier. I would say it's because of like all the Pyroars. I would say it's not better than Wild Zone 6. Because like, yeah, the Houndours and the Houndoom are pretty much the exact same thing, but they're a lot weaker. And then there's also just better Megas in Zone 6. Wild Zone 18. 18 is one of my favorites. Probably because I'm biased towards Fennekin. So yeah, I'm gonna say, well yeah, 18 is obviously S tier. It's probably the best out of all the ones we have so far. But yeah, it has Noibat, Noivern, Fennekin, Bagon, Alpha Salamence, Swablu, Altaria, and Alpha Lopunny. Like, everything has a Mega except for Noivern, but Noivern's just cool anyways. And then it also has Fennekin, and I like foxes, if you couldn't tell. I'm just say 18's an easy S tier. It's like, yeah, like, the scaffolding thing is kind of weird, but hey, I've spent so much time in there that I found a good route. Zone 19. Zone 19 is pretty cool. I like Zone 19. I wouldn't say it's like the best Wild Zone. Like it's probably A tier. Like it would be above Zone 2 if it wasn't for the fact that I've got 6 shiny Furfrou while trying to look for a shiny Eevee and a shiny Drempaw and a shiny Audino. But like, yeah, everything in this can Mega except for Furfrou, which it's Furfrou, and then all the evolutions as well. But the evolutions are phenomenal, and there's just a lot of really cool Megas in there. Like Mega Drempaw and Mega Clefairy. Mega Audino is meh, but Mega Kangaskhan is also really cool. And then Wild Zone 20 is easily my favorite. Just all of the alphas underneath the tower. There's like so many. I think I've counted there's like at least like 50 different species. feel like the only like negative about Wild Zone 20 is that for some reason Espeon and Umbreon are not under the tower. All 6 other evolutions are. The Kanto ones, the Sinnoh ones, and Sylveon. All 6 of those are under the tower. It's just not Espeon and Umbreon, which are my 2 favorite of the 2. I'm like, what? Why? So that's just a weird omission. But it's just so fun to go and see all these alphas, as well as all the Lumio starters. There's like Lucario, there's Dragalge, there's Malamar, there's Aggron, there's Scrafty, Gardevoir. It's like everything in here has like a really cool Mega, or it's just like a really cool Pokemon in general. But then there's also like Hippowdon and Garbodor, which I'm like, I'm meh about. Even though I really like Garbodor shiny. But my favorite part is overloading Wild Zone 20 and getting 6 alphas underneath the tower and shiny hunting that. It's just so cool to see 6 really, really cool Pokemon underneath the tower. But yeah, Wild Zone 20 is easily my favorite. And then Hyperspace Lumios, If Hyperspace Lumios was on this list, I would say it's probably like, because of the species, it's probably S tier, but like layout wise, it's probably like B tier, maybe C. So Hyperspace Lumios would probably be like A tier. Maybe like bottom of A tier. If I had to do Hyperspace Lumios and like all of the Wild Zones as a whole. But overall, this is how I would rank every single Wild Zone in ZA. Now onto the Megas. And I will immediately be talking about 2 specific Megas, one of which has not been announced or not been released, so it's a massive spoiler. So if you do not want to see any spoilers for any new Mega designs or species that have Megas, now would be your time to leave the stream. I will give y'all like another minute to decide if you want to leave or not. Otherwise, be prepared for spoilers for a lot of new Megas. There's like 2 or 3 here that I was spoiled on, and I'm like, I kind of wish I didn't, but with one of them, it was kind of unavoidable. Alright. We're going to head over to the Megas. I already did like a couple things. First of all, I added 2 tiers at the bottom for the Megas that are currently unobtainable in any game, which is Mega Garchomp Z and Mega Baxcalibur. And then at the bottom, there's also just the alternate forms for Mega Tatsugiri, which, like, I'm only going to place one of them. This is going to be a lot less organized, but we'll see what happens. Alright. There are so many Megas to deal with. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 7 by 13, so that's 91 Megas. Excluding Garchomp Z and Baxcalibur. So that's a lot. And even then, there's the Hoenn starters, which are currently unobtainable in ZA. So I haven't seen those in high definition. So it's gonna be a bit. This is gonna take a while. But this is going to be a lot less organized. Like, I had not had a lot of time to think about a lot of these megas. Like, I think I only just saw Mega Magearna in game for the first time yesterday. So, right, Mega Venusaur. Mega Venusaur, I would say, is just like a pretty straightforward upgrade to Venusaur's design. Venusaur is already my favorite of the Kanto trio, and I would say Mega Venusaur, pretty solid. Like, no notes in either direction. I would say it's a solid B tier. So my ranking is S tier, is phenomenal design. So I'm mainly going off of design. However, I might also tie into like personal preference. Like I use it on a team, therefore I like it more. And also like the shiny. I'm also tying in the shiny for a lot of the ones that I've seen. S tier is like phenomenal. A tier is great. B tier is solid. C tier is mid, like maybe a little bit lacking in one direction or the other. D tier is could have been better, and F tier is I do not like this mega. Which I don't think anything will be in F tier. Like there's a few that like get close. But I don't think anything would ever go in F tier. Like there's no megas that I dislike their design. Like just scanning through. Yeah, like there's just like a couple that'll be in like D tier, but I don't think there's gonna be in anything in F tier. So I'm going to get rid of F tier. Alright, Mega Charizard X. Mega Charizard X is the dragon type that Charizard deserves. I would say it's pretty solid. I like the design. I really like the black and blue color scheme. I would say it's definitely not my favorite of the two Charizard Megas. But is it better or worse than Venusaur? I would say it is better than Venusaur. Let's put Charizard X in A tier. But then Charizard Y, I'll put in A tier above it. Just because I prefer Mega Charizard Y over X. Even though it just stays the same type. Mega Blastoise is mid. It's like one that I'm like iffy on the design, but it doesn't like completely ruin the Pokemon. It doesn't ruin the Mega. It's not one that I would go out of my way to try to use. Mega Beedrill. Mega Beedrill is a really cool design. I'm gonna say it's probably top of A tier right now. I'm trying to figure out what I will put in S tier. Okay, there's a decent number of megas that I'll put in S tier. Probably not too many. I'm trying to think of like, do I move Mega Beedrill up to S tier? I don't think I will, but it's definitely going to be high up there. But yeah, Mega Beedrill, it just looks like extremely cool with like all of like the spiky, all the drills. The black and yellow is like such a distinct color combination, especially on Mega Beedrill. I really like the shiny being black and green. And those like bright blue eyes in the Mega. It's just so cool. And also with like the textures. in recent games, the drills are all like metallic and shiny. But then there's also like the rainbow glow that megas have in this game. It's really cool. Mega Pidgeot. Mega Pidgeot is pretty cool. I really like the shiny. Like, I think Mega Pidgeot, like shiny Mega Pidgeot, used to be my favorite shiny Mega a couple years ago, back when like I was playing Let's Go. Because I just really like the yellow and purple. I'm not sure why. It just like it takes like the yellow Pidgey line and then it adds purple, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. But overall, its design is like okay. I do kind of wish that there was a little bit more color differential, but I just really still do like the shiny. I'm gonna say it's B tier. Would I say it's above or below Mega Venusaur? I would say it's above Mega Venusaur. Alright. Mega Raichu X. I was not ready for Mega Raichu X to be flying. But I guess it was. It just looks like a more like determined Raichu. It's not like phenomenal, especially looking at it closer after obtaining it in game. It's like, yeah, it's cool. I wouldn't say it's like phenomenal. I want to say it's top of C, bottom of B. Mega Raichu Y, on the other hand, the Raichu colored Pikachu, I like a lot more because it reminds me a lot more of Alolan Raichu, which is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. I do also really like the shiny being Pikachu colored, but again, that doesn't really change much. I just like how fluffy and like how smug and like determined it looks. And it just looking closer to Alolan Raichu gives it brownie points for me. I'm gonna say it's probably top of B tier for me. I would say I like it more than Pidgeot. Yeah, I'm gonna say I like it more than Pidgeot. Mega Clefable. Mega Clefable is a Clefable with bigger wings and a lot of sparkly particles. It's solid. Like, I don't really have anything to say either direction. So I guess that means it goes in B tier. I'm gonna say B tier. I'm gonna say B tier above Pidgeot. Yeah. Alakazam. So Alakazam is cool. I like the spoons. I also like the beard. I just feel like it's cool. But the lower half, it looks kind of weird with like how thin it gets. It just looks a bit too top heavy. So I'm gonna say Alakazam goes below Venusaur, below Raichu X. Yeah, that looks okay for now. Mega Victreebel. Mega Victreebel is goofy as all hell, and I love it. There's a big old bag of stuff. Big old bag of acid. And it has to tie its neck closed to keep it in. I'm like, it looks cool. It's like, it's goofy. And I feel like some Megas have to be goofy. It has like a cool star pattern on the back. I just wouldn't say it's like phenomenal. I wouldn't say it's better than Alakazam or Raichu X. So yeah, I'll put it here. Mega Slowbro. Mega Slowbro is a weird one. It's like fully engulfed by the shelter. It just looks goofy. Like its face especially. Like this is not a shiny that I really like think of when I think, or not a mega when I think of megas. I'm gonna say I like its design better than Blastoise. But not better than Victreebel. Mega Gengar. Okay. Mega Gengar looks sick as hell, and its shiny is probably one of the coolest ones they've ever made. Like black, white, and yellow versus like the purple, red, and yellow, and the pink. I'm gonna say this is probably like the first S tier. Like no notes, genuinely. It just looks sadistic, and I love that. Mega Kangaskhan. Mega Kangaskhan just being Kangaskhan, but child grew up. It's like, it works. I like it. It's simple. But parental bond is like where things get really cool. I'm not going to go into like the battle prowess much, but parental bond is just such a good ability. I feel like it has to play into it. I'm going to say it goes below Raichu Y. Mega Starmie. Okay. So Mega Starmie's been one that I've been grappling with where to place for a while because it's just Starmie but extended. I don't know where to put this. Like I don't want to put it in D tier because like objectively, yeah, it's probably a D tier. But that's from my perspective as someone who has not grown up in Japan, where this is a lot more popular of a mega. So I'm just gonna say objectively, I like its design more than Slowbro and Blastoise. That's all I'll say. I'm just gonna say I'll put it there. Forget about it. Mega Pinsir. Mega Pinsir looks insanely cool, and it can fly, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna say it's probably S tier, but then if it's S tier, Beedrill has to be S tier as well, because I like Mega Beedrill just about as much as Mega Pinsir. I'll put it there. Mega Gyarados. I'm trying to be a bit more succinct with these because there's so many megas to go through. Okay, Mega Gyarados. Water Dark. Again, I feel like it's a bit too front heavy, but it's just Gyarados, but it looks cooler. I'm gonna say it's A tier, worse than the Charizards. Aerodactyl, Mega Aerodactyl. Mega Aerodactyl is just Aerodactyl with rocks on it. But I feel like that works. I feel like it works. Some claim that this is Aerodactyl's true appearance. I don't really have anything to really say about it. I'm gonna say it's A tier, better than Gyarados. Dragonite is S tier. I really, really like Mega Dragonite. I was never a huge fan of Dragonite's regular design because I always liked Dratini and Dragonair more. So just making Dragonite, but with more Dragonair-like features, especially the shiny being blue, it's phenomenal. They redeemed the Pokemon in my eyes. Mega Mewtwo X and Mega Mewtwo Y. These two are interesting because I'm like, I don't have too many opinions on them. I used to really like Mega Mewtwo Y a lot more because it like drew them more on its Mew-like appearance. Like Mega Mewtwo X is more Mewtwo, Mega Mewtwo Y is more Mew. I will put Mega Mewtwo X in A tier, and I'll put Mega Mewtwo Y in. I'll put it just like below it. I don't really have like too many opinions. I would say it's not better than Mega Mewtwo X, but it's not worse than Mega Mewtwo or Mega Raichu Y. What I'll do is I'll put Mega Mewtwo Y at the top of B tier. That's what I'll do. Next up is Mega Meganium. Mega Meganium is amazing because of the name, but also the flowers on it are lesbian colored, so I'm biased towards that. Like, and also it was the one that I used. The name is pretty good. I'm gonna say I like it more than Charizard. Do I like it more than Charizard? What? Yeah, okay. I'll put it at the top of A tier. Mega Feraligatr, on the other hand, is wonky looking. Again, if the hood, the top of the Totodile's good, if the fin, the hood, was down more often, it would be cooler. But I feel like it definitely is lacking. I'll say C tier. No, I'm gonna say bottom of B tier, just because it's not down enough. Mega Ampharos, just Ampharos with hair. Good shiny though, and also the only electric type Mega Evolution with a Mega Evolution that is not mono electric. Every other electric type is a mono electric. Like, we have Manectric, that's mono electric. We have the Raichus, which are mono electric. We have Mega Zeraora, which is mono electric. Mega Ampharos is the only one that isn't. Why? That's not great. I don't like that. So Mega Ampharos gets a lot of brownie points for being the only electric type Mega with a secondary type. And also you get a shiny one for free, which is pretty cool. Mega Ampharos. I'll put it there. Alright. Mega Steelix. Mega Steelix is probably easily S tier. It's just so glossy and shiny in this game. Its shiny is phenomenal. It's just like, it's S tier. I would say S tier above Gengar. Yeah. It is so cool. And also, I will have a shiny alpha one whenever I can actually get to trade it with someone. Scizor. Scizor's another S tier one. It just takes Scizor and makes it look cooler. It is definitely my favorite of the Bug Steel type Megas. I really like the Mega Bug types, is what I'm learning. Pinsir, Beedrill, Scizor. Any other bug types I should know about? Heracross. Heracross is probably my least favorite of the bugs. I just feel like the arms are just like a bit too like rotund and wide, and not a huge fan. So it's definitely like B tier. It's kind of like the same thing as Blastoise, but to a lesser degree. I'm gonna say I like it more than for Alligator. That's what I'll do. And I'll swap these two after second submission. Mega Skarmory is another S tier Mega. Too bad its shiny is objectively worse. It's just golden. It's like really cool. It has like the massive like grippy like bird of prey feet. I want to say Skarmory is above. Skarmory is above Steelix. Mega Houndoom is a solid A tier. It just looks like more like a Hellhound. It's like Houndoom, but cooler. I would say it's above. I would say it's there. Mega Tyranitar. Mega Tyranitar is just Tyranitar, but spikier. Solid. I don't really have anything to say about it. I'm gonna say it's there. It's like it could be a bit better. All right. Mega Sceptile, Mega Blaziken, and Mega Marsh, and Mega Swampert. I know that Mega Marshtomp is, or Mega Swampert, I keep on saying the wrong name, is probably my least favorite Mega, at least thus far, because of how top heavy it looks. I'm just like not a fan of like the hulking like top heavy monster trope design, and it just like it does not look good. I don't like it. Mega Sceptile, on the other hand, it looks like a really cool like grass tree lizard thing. I'm gonna say it's definitely above Gyarados, definitely above Aerodactyl, definitely above Charizard X. Is it above Charizard Y? It's above Meganium at least. It's above. I'll put it here, between Pinsir and Beedrill. And Blaziken, I just like a bit more than that, so I'm going to put Blaziken above Gengar and move Gengar to. No, okay, I'll do that. Okay. Mega Gardevoir is just Gardevoir with big dress. The shiny is just phenomenal. Like the shiny just really does it for me. So I'm just gonna say Gardevoir A tier. Between the two Mewtwo's. Mega Sableye. Sableye with Big Gem. It's just a Sableye that's a bit spikier with Big Gem and gems on its back. Which I didn't even know that it had gems on its back until right this moment as I'm rotating around in-game. So it has the gemstones in the back, which I think is pretty cool. But it's just a Sableye with big gems. It just here. Mega Mawile. So this is where it gets a bit tricky to like properly rank because I am biased towards Mawile and Absol, those being two of my favorite Pokemon of all time. So I'm going to try to rank these as fairly as I possibly can, without letting bias get in the way. However, I don't think that's going to happen for Mega Absol Z, at the very least. Mega Mawile is just Mawile, but it looks cooler. I like Mawile. It's Mawile that looks cooler. I'm gonna say it goes above Mega Gyarados. I feel like that's a safe place to put it. Mega Aggron is Aggron, but it looks cooler. But I don't like Aggron as much. Yeah, it's just Aggron, but it looks more armored. Again, kind of a bit front heavy. I'm gonna say it goes here. Mega Metachan. Mawile and Absol is cool or cool as hell. Yeah, that sure is. Sure they are. I'm dying of strong. Okay. Next is Metachan. Mega Metachan always looked cool except for like the face. I'm like the face, like the lips weirded me out. And this one's a bit too bottom heavy. It's hard to have like a balanced design. I'm gonna say it goes above Tyranitar, below Pidgeot. And another one that's like top heavy is Manectric, which has the massive lightning bolt fur. It just looks like you love Bayonet's Mega? Well, we're gonna get to Bayonet's Mega soon. Manectric. Manectric is weird. I'm like, okay, it's probably gonna be C tier. Probably top of C tier. Actually, no, I like him more than Feraligatr. Not more than that. I'm gonna do that. Okay. I'm just not sure why. It just that like this Mega just doesn't look comfortable. Mega Sharpedo. It's just another one where it's just like the Pokemon but cooler. It's also glossy in ZA, which is pretty cool. I also really like the shiny. Purple. Purple and yellow is a pretty cool color combination. I'm gonna say it's just Pokemon cooler. It's like Mega Gyarados is Gyarados but cooler. Mega Sharpedo is Sharpedo but cooler. But I like Mega Sharpedo over Mega Gyarados. They're both Water Dark. A Mega Camerupt. I'm like, yeah, it's a cool volcano thing, but I'm like, eh. I was never really a huge fan of Camerupt in general, so I'm gonna just say, it's just, I'm gonna say it goes there in B tier. Hello, Sable. How's it going? You've caught us right in the middle of Gen 3 Megas. Mega Altaria. Mega Altaria is just Altaria, but fluffier. But also, I just really like Dragon Fairy as a type combination. And I also like the shiny being yellow. So this is the one where, like, subjective feelings go over objective design a bit more. I've been thinking it's kind of S tier right now. But I will put it below... I'll put it below Meganium. Mainly because Meganium shiny is just, like, so many points for me. Mega Bayonet. Okay, Mega Bayonet is probably one of the cooler of, like, these quote-unquote random Gen 3 Pokemon. Because there's, like, all the random Gen 3 Pokemon, like Glalie, there's, like, Absol, there's, like Metachan, there's all these things. Give me a quick second. Had to time out Sable. But Mega Bayonet is probably one of the cooler ones of this thing. Where is it? I can't even find it in my decks. Hold on. Having technical oh, it's right here. Alright. Mega Bayonet. It's Bayonet, but it looks a lot cooler. Like, this is where things get interesting, because it's just Bayonet, but it's a lot cooler. I'm gonna say it's between the two Charizards. Because Charizard Y is Charizard, but a lot cooler. Bayonet is Bayonet, but a lot cooler. But I like Charizard a bit more than Bayonet. I think that's how it goes. Mega Chimecho is Chimecho, but infinitely cooler. Like, it's just Chimecho, but it looks like Jingling. That is perfect. That's like probably like the best thing they could have ever done for Mega Chimecho. It also looks like a cookie cutter, which I really like. I'm gonna say I like it more than Mega Beedrill. Weird that Chimecho was getting an S tier when Pokemon like Charizard and Mewtwo are not. Mega Absol. Mega Absol was my favorite Pokemon for a long time. It's just Absol, but it's cooler. And it still is one of my absolute favorite Pokemon. However, Mega Absol Z is just Absol, but way cooler. And also, Mega Absol Z's Shiny is so good. I'm not going to spoil what Mega Absol Z's Shiny is, because if you have Legends DA and the DLC, you should Shiny hunt for an Absol and see it for yourself in-game for the first time. Mega Absol Z is probably just a cooler version of Gengar? A cooler Ghost-type Mega than Gengar? And Absol, regular Absol, I'll be fair and put it top of A tier. And I'm going to put it above Beedrill. Because, like, objectively, it's like Absol, but only slightly. Like, it's Absol with wings. But it is a, like, sentimentality. Like, this is where it's like, okay, I have to try to do this unbiased. I don't have to be biased against Glalie. I'm not it. It's okay. I'd just say Glalie is just cooler than Aggron. I'll do that. But this one might be a bit controversial. Mega Salamence. Mega Salamence having its four legs and like the little like fangs is kind of weird. And also the crescent moon shape is a bit too like thick. I just feel like Roaring Moon is just a much cooler version of Mega Salamence, and after Roaring Moon showed itself, I'm like, Mega Salamence could have been a lot cooler if it was more like Roaring Moon. I'm gonna say it's right around here with Tyranitar. Mega Metagross, on the other hand, is just Metagross but cooler. Has a phenomenal shiny. I'm gonna say Mega Metagross goes here. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say it goes here above Mega Houndoom. I still need to find a shiny Beldum. Alright, Mega Latias and Mega Latios. They are almost identical. Like the only thing that changes about them is like their eye color and their size. So I guess I have to like put them like next to each other. It's just Latias and Latios, but like purple and with a bit more detail. And their shinies are like an interesting green rather than like the pretty mint and the pretty cool mango of regular Latias and Latios. I'm gonna say I'm gonna put them here. I'm gonna put them there between the Mewtwo's. No, I'm gonna put them below the Mewtwo's, and then put Mewtwo Y up in A tier. Mega Rayquaza. Alright, Mega Rayquaza is just Rayquaza, but a lot cooler. And also, I like how the rainbow effect in ZA. I really like how it plays with like the tendrils. It makes them look like LED strips, which I think is really cool. So that rainbow effect honestly kind of pushes it up there a bit more for me. Mega Rayquaza is probably a lot cooler. Also, the primal reversions are not on this list, but they'd probably both be in like A tier. I'll put Rayquaza. I'll put Rayquaza above Beedrill. Because, like, yes, Mega Rayquaza is insanely cool, but I also think it's a little bit over-designed. Just only a little bit. Mega Staraptor. Right, Mega Staraptor, phenomenal. It's Staraptor, but so much cooler. And also the shiny is beautiful. Mega Staraptor, probably one of my favorite Megas. I think there's only like one or two that can beat it out. It's phenomenal. I love Mega Staraptor so much. But I was hoping for Mega Talonflame, but honestly at this point, Mega Staraptor's better than anything Mega Talonflame could be. Mega Lopunny. Okay. Mega Lopunny is an interesting one. Because it's just Lopunny, but it looks like it's wearing, like, ripped leggings. Well, I've actually compared it to regular Lopunny. Hold on. Is Lopunny in the Pokedex? There it is. So yeah, it's Lopunny, but the ears are a bit different. Has like the forehead, like the eyebrow fur. That's a bit more. It has like more fluffy arm coverings. It's just Lopunny but cooler. So it goes with like a lot of the Pokemon but cooler. But I would say it's probably like between the two Water Darks. Mega Garchomp. Mega Garchomp, it just looks like a sadistic version of Garchomp. It looks like the devil, and I love it. But the thing that really puts Mega Garchomp up there for me is it's shiny. Like, this is just Garchomp, but a lot cooler. I would say it's probably the lowest of all of the Pokemon but cooler ones, at least in this tier. But the shiny being purple and pink is great. And then I can't really do Mega Garchomp Z because that one's not available in game yet. Mega Lucario. Mega Lucario is just Lucario but cooler. That's about it. I would say it's between Mawile and Sharpedo. However, Mega Lucario Z is just a direct upgrade. It's just Mega Lucario, but even cooler. I do kind of miss like the red and blue. However, Mega Lucario Z is shiny. Again, also phenomenal. So it's just like Mega Lucario, but even cooler. I'm gonna say it's here between Gengar and Absol Z. Abomasnow. Okay. Mega Abomasnow is just Abomasnow, but cooler. It has like the ice coming out of its back, which is cool, but like, there, I guess. Mega Gallade, I'm gonna probably put right next to Mega Gardevoir because they're like almost the same. But I like the darker green and red coloration on Gallade, so it goes a bit higher. Mega Frostlass. Mega Frostlass, but infinitely better than Mega Glalie. It looks like an Oni, and it also kind of looks like a Gigantamax Pokemon. But regardless, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna say I keep on saying cool for ice types, completely accidentally. I'm gonna say it goes here, between Garchomp and actually I'm gonna say it goes above Garchomp, but with a lot of like the other devil-ish, like the Hellhound. We have the Reaper, and we have the Oni. Mega Heatran. I'm not sure how to feel about this one. Mega Heatran, it just looks like Heatran, but it's like... It's Heatran, but it's like molten metal. It's like... Yeah, like, that's exactly what I like about Frostlass in general. So just like, upping that even more, it's great. Mega Heatran is... It's like trying what Mega Gengar is doing, but not well. I wouldn't say it's this bad. I would say it's still probably above like these 5. I'm gonna swap these two. And I'm gonna put it like right here. Mega Heatran just looks off and away. I do like the smoke. I do like smoke. The smoke is cool. Mega Darkrai. Mega Darkrai looks like... It reminds me of Dark Matter from Kirby. But, like... It's weird. It's weird looking. I'm gonna say it's here. It's like, it's the final boss of the game. They could have done so much better. I do like that it looks like Dark Matter, but like, the Darkrai parts of it ruin it. Mega Emboar. I was never a huge fan of Emboar's design. Mega Emboar is just cooler Emboar. But like, a lot of people would say it's S tier. Like, the shiny definitely is, but I'm gonna say it's above Mega Gyarados, I would say. Mega Excadrill. It reminds me of all of like the drill enemies from Silk Song. And that's like the only thing I really can say about it. It's like, It reminds me of Silk Song, but that's like the only praise I can really give it because it's like way too unbalanced. Let's do this. And then put you there. Okay. Mega Autono. Mega Autono is just Autono but white. It's like could be better, but it's better than some Megas. There. No, I like it more than Metachamp. Scolipede. Oh, Mega Scolipede. That's up there. It's a Scolipede, but a lot cooler. It has like Whirlipede-esque armor. It's another one of like the really cool bug types. I'm gonna say it goes above Sceptile. Scrafty. Scrafty is one of the megas that is simple, but it works. Same, I would say it's like on a similar like design tier as Absol, where it's just like, oh, it's Pokemon but cooler. But again, I'm a bit more biased towards Mega Absol. Mega Scrafty's A tier, but like bottom of A tier. I would say it's better than the Lotties. Mega Electros. Mega Electros is probably my favorite electric type Mega. So at the very least it has to go above all of the other electric types. But it's gonna be A tier. That's gonna be S tier. I would say it's here. And I'm gonna move Gengar below all the bugs. I like the plus and minus on the electric. Wait, that's a cool detail. I like that. Mega Chandelure. It's exactly what Mega Chandelure should look like. It's just a more opulent chandelier. I do like the one eye. It's just like the Unova Megas in this game are phenomenal, and like Mega Golurk is another phenomenal one. Like all these Unova Megas, at least these ones, because like we have Excadrill. Like Mega Golurk is just Golurk, but it looks it. When I first saw it, I'm like, it reminds me of infected enemies from Hollow Knight, where they have like the orange goopity goop, and then Mega Golurk has like the yellow energy. And also Golurk is just a really cool Pokemon. Mega Chestnut. Alright, we are now at the Collar Starter Megas. Mega Chestnut is just Chestnut but cooler. But a lot cooler. And I already thought Chestnut was really cool. And its shiny is pretty good. I would say probably all these Collar Starter Megas are S tier. I would say probably. I'm going to say Chestnut goes above Gengar. I'm going to say Delphox goes above... Delphox goes above Absol. And Greninja is just going to round out the bottom of S tier. It's Greninja but upside down, but it's perfect for a ninja. Notice how the density gets lower and lower the further down you get. Well, too bad that we have Mega Pyroar, which is like, it's a design that I don't like actively dislike, but it like could be better. So here's what I'll do. I will move these two. I'll move these ones down to D tier, and then have Starmie and Pyroar end out the bottom ones. They're like, they could be better, but I'm like, meh. I thought it was cool when I first saw it, but I'm like, okay. Mega Floette. Mega Floette's just Floette, but with big flower. It's like, I'd say it's like the delineation between, like, I like it somewhat, but like it's weird looking, to I like it somewhat, but it's cool looking. It's like that middle ground right there in B tier. Meowstic. Mega Meowstic is what Mega Pyro should have been. Like, a much cooler blend of the two. I'm gonna say Mega Meowstic is A tier. Above Altaria. No, above Meganium. Mega Malamar. Mega Malamar, again, another one that's like kind of top heavy. But I do like the RGB, like, torso spine. And the purple and green that it traces with its tentacles to hypnotize. It's playing into my likes. It's A tier. I'm gonna say it's below a lot of the Pokemon, but cooler. I'm gonna say it's bottom of A tier. I feel like that's a good place to put it. Mega Barbaracle. There was one content creator, I don't remember exactly who. It might have been like Vandy323. Someone said that Mega Barbaracle reminds me of the Gloom Hands from Tears of the Kingdom. And I'm like, yeah, it definitely looks like that. But I love Mega Barbaracle. It's like Barbaracle, but so much cooler. It's another S tier. I would say Mega Barbaracle goes above all the bugs, below all the Unova Pokemon. But then Mega Dragalge, the cancer-causing dragon, yeah, that's my favorite. That's my new favorite. That's my favorite Mega. I always loved Dragalge, and just making, like, I always loved Dragalge. I always loved sea dragons in general. So just making Dragalge even more opulent is perfect. And also, it causes cancer, which I think is a really fucking metal. But, like, it's a really close run between Staraptor and Dragalge. Hawlucha is also up there. It's Hawlucha, but a lot cooler. But I would say it's still... I would say it's above the bugs, below... I'm going to say Hawlucha is here. But also the shiny is phenomenal. Mega Zygarde, again, its purpose is to be the thing that kills the final boss. So it's like, yeah, it's top heavy, but like for a reason. If the cannon wasn't above its head all the time, it might be a bit cooler. But I'd say it's still a solid A tier. Solid A tier. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of A tier. I feel like that's fair for Zygarde. Mega Diancie. It's like Chandelure, where it's just like opulence and pretty. So you know what? I'm gonna put it right here next to Chandelure. Probably like very, very generous, but it reminds me of just like a very opulent Chandelier. And if I like Chandelure for that, I feel like it has to be fair that I put Diancie next to it. That's probably like the only like shocking placement, personally. I do really like the Mega though. Mega Crabominable. Mega Crabominable looks terrifying, And it's also incredibly difficult to fight. It is horrendously difficult. I'm not going to spoil what happens, but if you know, you know. Also, it has yellow snow hair. It's on its hind legs. It's violent. Top of A tier with the rest of like the hell spawns. Mega Scolipede. Mega Scolipede could have been so much cooler. I like another bug steel type, but like they could have done something cool with Mega Scolipede to make it better. I want to say it's cooler than Aggron, but not by much. Mega Drampa. Mega Drampa is like exactly what Mega Drampa should be. It's darker green. It has the thunderclouds. It's gonna burn down houses. It's Drampa but cooler, which means it goes here with the rest of the crew. I'm gonna put it above Bayonet. Mega Magearna. Mega Magearna is just original Ball Magearna, but with the rotating gear around it. That's cool. It's Magearna, but cooler. But I would say it's probably the least cool of the X, but cooler. Megazera Aura is just cooler than that. Megazera Aura will go right here above Charizard X. Also, I haven't gotten Megazera Aura yet, but hey, it's Zero Aura. That's cool. Pissed that it's not electric fighting, but hey, you can't really. Beggars can't be choosers. Mega Phalanx. It's Phalanx, but it's a lot cooler. One of them's a sword, one of them's a lance. One of them's a lance, one of them's a shield. The one in the middle is trying to hold up all the rest of the guys. It's pretty cool. Like, this is not really like a Phalanx, but cooler. I mean, it is cooler than Phalanx. It's more of like Phalanx, but funnier. And I feel like that's what Phalanx should have. It's going to be A tier. I'm going to say A tier above Meganium. Scovillain. Again, Scovillain, but cooler. It's just Scovillain, but cooler. That's all I really have to say. It's just Scovillain, but cooler. I'm gonna say it's above Lucario. Mega Glamora is Glamora, but it's like a lot spikier. Like from the front, it's like okay, it's fine, but then from the side, it's like so incredibly long. It's just like a really funny thing whenever you turn it. I would say B tier. I'm gonna say it's below Sableye. And then Tatsugiri. It's just Tatsugiri, but it's all three of them, and it has like the mega icon on it. I think Mega Tatsugiri is also like a B tier. Because it's literally just all three forms at once. Which is still better than what they did with Pyro. So I'm going to say it goes here below Raichu Y. Alright. And that is my full tier list of every single Mega Evolution. I will update this and like probably post it on like my Mastodon. That's like whenever Mega Excalibur is available, which is probably going to be like Wednesday, I believe, is when the ranked battle season starts for it. And then Mega Garchomp Z, no idea when that is going to be available. But so far, this is what it is. And then the other forms of Tatsugiri are just there at the bottom. Yeah, that's probably just it for today's stream. I didn't really have much planned. They just, hey, let's just do these 2 tier lists because I thought it would be fun. I'm going to be posting this list on my Mastodon, and I'll also be putting it in the Discord server. And we can have a discussion there. So, go head on over to the Discord. That's definitely going to become the main place where I announce stuff like more streams or more events. But for now, I feel like that is time for today. I will see y'all in the next stream, whenever that is. Might be later this week. I might do one Thursday. But I'll see y'all next time. Have a great rest of your day.